Are you ready to do some scroll saw practice that doesn't feel like practice and gives you a cute sign to display when you're done? You're going to want to stick around for this video. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to Crafting in the Rain. So we're going to be making this scroll saw sign today, perfect for Valentine's Day. I'm going to leave a list of all the materials that you're going to need in the description, including where you can download the pattern for this project. Start by cutting a piece of contact paper that's going to be a little bit larger than the pattern. Peel off the backing, and if you have tips for getting it all off in one piece, please tell me. Press that down, smooth out the wrinkles on your piece of MDF. Then take your cutout pattern piece, flip it over to spray the back of it with spray adhesive. We're not going to put it directly on the MDF because the contact paper will peel off easier, and I'll show you that later in the video too. So go ahead and do a rough cut so that you just kind of get the piece you're going to work with off of the rest of the MDF so it doesn't get in your way. And then you can start working on cutting out the actual pieces. You can see here I probably should have left myself a little more space around the pattern, so you can do that when you are cutting yours out. So you can see here you're going to be able to practice lots of straight lines, lots of sharp corners, a couple of rounded corners, and then lots of curved lines when you get to the heart shapes. I'm going to speed up the video here so that you can watch the process, but you don't have to sit through 20 minutes of cutting. When all the pieces are cut out, you can remove the pattern. On this square, this is a sample piece where I just glued the paper directly to the MDF, and it doesn't come off as easy as on the heart where there's that layer of contact paper. Then you can do just a little bit of sanding around the edges if they need it. This little tool is called a micro zip. It's a very handy little sanding tool. Great for getting around corners and edges. This is what I like to use for small pieces when I'm spray painting. This is a long paint stir stick, and I've laid some painter's tape sticky side up and then secured the ends of it, so then all the little pieces will stay stuck down. I'm using this clean metal primer. Make sure that you shake it up for as long as it recommends. I'm twisting the stick around so that I can get to the side parts. I like to prime the edges first, and then the tops just kind of naturally get covered. For these other larger pieces that aren't going to be moved around by the paint, I just propped them up on a box so that I could get to the edges and place them inside my larger spray box. After they've been primed, you can give them a little bit of sanding if they need it. Use your acrylic paint and just paint all the pieces in the colors that you've chosen. You can see again, I like to do the edges first and then the tops. The darker colors, the dark pink and the teal, needed second coats because you can see the white primer kind of shows like streaky through it a little bit. So once the first layer of acrylic was dried, I came in with a second layer and they look a lot better. Okay, next you want to do what's called a dry fit. You're going to lay out all of the pieces where they're going to go on the frame without gluing anything yet. You can find a frame like this at Michael's, or you can build your own. Okay, I'm going to use this thick super glue to attach everything. And I'm just kind of doing a line around the edges with a little bit of space between the glue and the very edge of the piece so that I don't get any glue squeezing out. And it gives me a little bit of wiggle room to shift the piece when I set it down also. So you're going to want to glue the light pink flap of the envelope down first, and then the bottom piece of the envelope, because you want that to line up in the right spacing with that curved part of the top piece. When those two pieces are glued down, it's much easier to line up the two side triangles. Then repeat the gluing process with all of the hearts. If you made one of these signs, I would love to see a picture of the result. Please like this video to help other people see it, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you see all the future Scroll Saw videos too. I'll see you around. Bye.